Hello, so this is Infralane. Infralane is a cloud platform for small and medium enterprises. So the way it works is we provide cloud computing services to small and medium enterprises. So when a user comes, they always have to create an account or log in, and once they log in, they are taken to the dashboard. So the dashboard provides an overview of what applications or digital services that they have deployed, what resources they are using, and what some quick actions that they can use to access to let's say create a new application or deploy a new resource pool. So how our platform works is we sell to users cloud resources, which are memory, CPU, and disk storage. These are the fundamental fundamental resources required to deploy applications on the cloud. So when a user comes to our application, they can always come to resource pools. They click to buy a new resource pool. They can enter the name of the resource pool. So for example, we're working on an e-commerce site, so we can say e-commerce pool, and we provide billing cycles, either monthly or hourly, so they can choose one of the two depending on their preferences. We're going to choose monthly. Then we have a list of data centers that they can choose from, depending on what kind of region they would like to deploy their applications to. So we have around 24 data centers in different countries. So we are going to focus to choose the New York, US New York data center. So they can then, the next part is they choose what kind of CPU architecture they would prefer. So there is standard, performance, turbo, and dedicated, depending on what kind of application they're deploying. So if we have to choose, let's say, standard, and we have, they can choose what kind, like how many CPUs they would like the application to have. So we offer the first CPU at free of charge, and the rest come with a different pricing. So if they choose one CPU, the next part they will be required to choose how much memory they would like the application to have, and we can go for one. We also provide the first 1 gigabyte of memory for free, and the rest come with appropriate pricing. Then it will show them a brief of how their memory will be allocated to the different sections of the application. Then they can also now then come to choose how much storage they need for the application, the disk storage. So we provide starting from 10 gigabytes up to 1.5 terabytes. Those are 1,500 gigabytes. And they can opt from, let's say we go with 20 gigabytes. And once that is done, on the side we always provide them with a summary of what they have chosen and how much the estimated cost that will be required to deploy the application. So with this configuration, this user will be expected to pay $6 per month, which $6 per month. Then on the next page, they will have to select. The next page will show them a review of what they have selected, the data center, the resource pool name. So in case they would like to adjust, they can always adjust before provisioning the pool. Then we provision the pool. So now the pool will be provisioned on the data center that they've chosen. So once the pool has been provisioned, they can always come here and see what kind of pools, the list of pools that they have provisions, and we show some kind of indicators, the status of the pool, if it's healthy or if it's there is some kind of warning. And then they can always come to the pool details to see how it's working. So we have an overview, what's the IP address, the data center, the underlying kernel, and all that. Then they can always come and see how much usage they have used in the pool. We have CPU, memory, storage, and network I/O. Then they can always come to billing, how much money, how much amount have they spent on this pool. So and we also show a daily spend, how they've been using it over the past days. Then they can always find a way if they want to connect to their pool. We always have a section for accessing their pool, and what events are going on through this pool. We have a section for that, like what's happening inside. Let's say if it's restarted, if there's memory limit has been reached and all that, then they can always either drain or restart their pool. So once they have created a pool, they have managed to purchase the resources that they need, the CPU and memory, they can now begin deploying applications on this resource pool. So they come to the applications page, click deploy new application, and they can enter the application name, let's say the front end of the e-commerce site. They can choose where their application source code has been deployed. If it's a Git repository on GitHub or any other Git provider, they can select, and then, or they can also choose a Docker image. So after selecting the Git repository, they can always paste in a Git repository. This is basically the location of their application source code. Then what's branch? These are technical details that ideally the developer understands. Then they can select what kind of application they are deploying, a static site, a website, a web server, background worker, and all that. Then these are like technical commands that are used by the developer to set up the application. They can specify them. And they click continue, so they also set up if they would like their application to be accessed outside on the internet. They can set up what port they would like to access. Then they can always select how much resources they would like to allocate to this specific application within the pool. So ideally these resources are a subsection of the entire resources that they purchased that are available within the resource pool that they purchased. Then they can set up environment variables, and if they would like persistent data that is not deleted, they can always specify persistent value. Then once that is done, then they click deploy, and this will later it will send the application for deployment. So once the application is deployed, they can always come and see the application details. We provide them with application metrics, how much CPU, memory, there is requests, response, the latency and network I/O that the application is using. They can always look at the logs, what logs the application is emitting. They can always come if they want to access to SSH into the application and run certain commands. They can always come and run them from within. Yeah. Then they can always come and see what volumes, these are the persistent data, that volumes they have, edit them, delete them. Yes. Then they can always edit other settings such as environment variables. Then in case they have their own domain, they can always add that domain to this to the application, so the application can be accessed on the internet. Then we always have versions of the application. They are always listed here, different versions, and they can always roll back to previous versions. And any other setting, if in case they would like to update any setting associated with the application, it's always available here. And we also have other features that we provide, such as in case they are working as a team, they can always invite members to come and join the team and work together. They can always have settings where they can change their password and everything. Yeah. And we also provide a billing section where they can set up their payment methods, such as mobile money and also card payments. Yes, we list their invoices here, and what services they've subscribed to is listed under subscription. yeah, thank you for listening. That is our demo of Infralane, and thank you.